LootBet, online esports betting. Dota, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and many more. Bet on tournament matches or in-game events while viewing them live. Deposit using money, bitcoins, or even skins. Join LootBet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going into Map 2, Singularity's Choice. It will be Kinguin facing off against them after what was a pretty dominating performance, you know. I don't think I really need to say it. They absolutely destroyed them, and... Okay, why is my... See, now I wanted to show some beautiful little betting stuff. This is going to be loud. One sec. Let's just ignore that. There we go. The software glitch. Don't ask me why I had to change pages. I just had to do it quickly, but let's throw up some of these beautiful things. I realize there's no sound before anybody says it. Yes, I know. But yeah, we got some betting odds. These are the wrong way around, so let's just do this. Oh, look at the magic of that. Wow, amazing. Yeah, it's going to be, of course, Kinguin actually have the worst odds here? I'm quite surprised. I suppose it is a map choice of Singularity, so there you go. What about map 3? Let's have a look at map 3. Kinguin have the worst odds there as well. Well, after the first map, I'm not sure I agree, but we'll get to see whether or not that is the case. Obviously, a map that Singularity don't play was played in the first, so that's obviously going to sway things a little bit. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing if Kinguin can make this a 2-0. How is your lime Pepsi? You need to stop, because that's actually the drink I have next to me. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Skybet had Kinguin fave for map 2. Well, I suppose different people will have bet on that site, so probably had different odds. I don't know. Maybe the odds are wrong. It's possible that I've screwed up somewhere along the way. But yeah, we are going to go into map number 2 very, very shortly. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think that last map was pretty explosive from a lot of the players. We saw great work coming in from Maniz. The first few rounds, literally just planting bombs, but he did end up hitting some shots along the way. And yeah, I've been impressed with what I've seen from this Kinguin side so far. What do you think of VP without Taz? Still incredibly inconsistent. Sometimes they play phenomenally well. I think it's worrying that the most consistent player is Pasha, because in all honesty, Pasha's normally the sporadic one. Pasha's the one that normally goes absolutely crazy, and but then sometimes doesn't have those games. So the fact that from what I've seen, he's been the more consistent one, it's a little bit worrying. Oh, that's a good point. Why is it not? This is not the first map. They've not updated, so this should. Let's just add it. Oh, why is the map up here? Oh no, everything's gone wrong. No, map. Come. Okay, whatever. It's 1-0 to Kinguin. It's 1-0 to Kinguin. This is the second map. I'm not sure why there's not a little beautiful line in there. But there is not. So, yeah. Kinguin are in the lead. But we are going to go into this pistol. And, well, they're in the lead for a second there at least. Oh, Mouse, you dirty little beta. You sat in the corner. You ducked down, but he hasn't hit the shots. They're coming to get him. That's a mistake. Reeks. Oh, that was crisp. That was crisp as it gets. Let's see if he can do anything more. He has the kit, at least. 3 players still to be found. Doesn't have a lot of time. If he had a smoke, maybe he could try and do what Maniz did in the previous, but it isn't going to be the case. And, yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Just the position of Barber should be enough to end it. I think he may have even spotted out his opponent as well. Reeds can at least look to make a little bit of extra cash. Does have the kit, remember. But I don't think it's going to matter in the end. Not expecting there to be a second player over towards Monster. And it is going to be 1-0. Singularity taking the pistol. And we are now going to see the 4 spy up from Kinguin. Is it very hard to become a pro? Yes. Yeah, I would say it is. Can Kinguin win this too? I'm sure they can. Oh, this buy. That is a hell of a lot of SMGs bought up by Singularity. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this, just based off how effective these pistols can be. They're going to go barreling in towards this B site. Taz sprays 1 and gets a second as well. Taz is an absolute tank. Maniz looks for more, but it's actually Mouse to do the damage. And yep, I said I didn't like the buy. Now you can see why. They've just been wrecked by pistols. There's not much for Kinguin to pick up. Some UMPs, some MAC-10s. Definitely not ideal. But, damn. Damn. That is what you call getting wrecked. Well, CT side going to be a little bit safer. They'll pick up a couple of rifles. Now we get the CZs on the other side. So let's see. Can Singularity do the same back? Win a round with the CZ. Are they going to go running in towards B again? It's ballsy. I'll give them that. Already some early damage done. Barber going to be down to just 32 HP. They are setting up outside this B site once again. Mouse is there with a Mac Daddy. He has support from Taz, who has a rifle. And so in terms of this range battle, he is definitely going to be the victor. It's just whether or not they can get close enough to overwhelm him. Already a rotation comes in from Maniz as well. And it's mainly because of this. Like, Rarlin is so far aggressive. How much time do you have to put into it to become a pro? It's not really that simple. Mouse is going to find the first. Taz is here to save the day, but it is only going to be a trade. And there's actually a chance they could still do this. The problem is Maniz is on the bomb, and Rarlin has already found another one. It's left onto Barber. Well, this is looking pretty bleak. Maniz even going to pick out, and that's how you end a man. 2-1. Singularity unable to win their force buy round and now have to take the eco themselves. And Kinguin, they're going to have to sort of break back. What is your favorite games apart? I like the, what's it? I've completely blanked. What are they called? The Mordor games. I'm totally not tabbing out to check what they're called. What are they called? Oh my god. Is it Middle-earth? Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, and Shadow of War. Those are the ones. Those are cool games. There's something I love to play. You like my casting? Keep it up. Thank you. Yeah, sound dropped because I tabbed out, and I also just hit my mic with my hand. Sorry about that for anybody wearing headphones, which is probably most of you. Maniz farming up cash, but he is going to get ended in the end. That's brilliant casting there, Tom. Well done. You used the word end twice in a matter of seconds. Yeah, there's not many story games that I like play all the way through, but both of those games were a lot of fun. I really enjoyed those. I'm trying to think what else I played. I bought Far Cry 5. I haven't actually opened the game yet. Like, I installed it and just haven't had time to play it. Is it bad if you dream about me every single night? Yeah, a little bit. Each to their own. Normally you don't tell the person, though. That makes it a little bit more worrying. Either way, now the T's can buy, but even still there's some limitations. They have a UMP in there. I imagine Hugo's just going to go straight for a rifle. Yeah, no reason not to. Do you like the game The Witcher? I played it a bit. The problem is, I played quite a few hours. I was really enjoying it. And then I went to a couple of events, and I went back, and I forgot what I was doing. And once that happens, you're screwed. Because I was just like, I don't remember why I'm doing this anymore. Your microphone is quite a bit of static, really? Might have been when I whacked it with my hand. Already, though, 2 quick kills come in. Barber will be able to trade, but it's only going to be for 1. Rarlin picks up another, and again, it's looking bleak for the T side. Things just aren't working out. Rusty left into a 1 versus 4. Well, I can't say I really believe at this point, just the way that things have been going. Kinguin looking to streak things, and, well, there you go. Damn son. Kinguin win themselves a 4th round, and the T's don't have that much money. It will be Barber with a little bit of extra cash. Maybe he can go for a pistol or 2, or just save what he has. Yeah, I'd say in terms of executions. Although I will say that you do see a lot of players, they seem to drop down to certain weapons and then not actually use the utility anyway. And that frustrates me. I'm not saying that's what Barber was doing, but did you play Mass Effect? Yes. I don't think I played the first one, but I played 2 and 3 and the newest one, and I enjoyed all of them. Here we go, though. Rarlan, he's gone aggressive, already finds a double to start. It will be a trade back if they only have pistols. He entered and traded. Yeah, well then, it's kind of pointless, isn't it? Having all that extra utility. Not a bad trade early on from the T's, especially considering the investment. And we're going to just watch Maniz looking to try and catch them as they go to peak. But if they push together, oh, this could be interesting. Barber looking to try and get a little bit closer to Maniz, who is just going to be falling back, surely overwhelmed. Surely he's not going to get this kill. He's going to get it, isn't he? Yeah, he's going to get out. Just how'd you get away with that, Maniz? How'd you get away with that? You literally just got overwhelmed and still you find the kill. If he gets another... No. No. How is he alive? This doesn't make sense. Please. Maniz must die. It just has to happen. He can't... It's just not allowed. He gets a... What? What? How? That doesn't make any... Like... He should have died on the first guy. He definitely shouldn't have got 3 kills. Oh, Maniz. Always a pleasure to watch this man play. Makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. But there you go. T-side are unable to shut him down. And you know what? If he got that kill, they could have actually gotten towards the site. Reetz, very aggressive once again. It will be a quick trade from Benji at least. That's something. I've got to calm down. That was just stupid. Death threats, I see. No. In-game. In-game. Can the T's now work off this? A 4v4. Normally you'd say this benefits the T side. They can gather up, they can push towards the site. The problem is, the one thing I have noticed about this Kinguin side, they're very happy to just continue going aggressive until somebody stops them. And a lot of the time, teams just don't know how to play against it, even if it's their map choice. You just see them continue to aggress, and the other team will be like, no, you're meant to stay on the site. We're meant to come to you. And instead, they don't, and yeah, Kinguin are kind of mean. What is your PC specs? At the moment, I'm using the Razer Blade Laptop Pro. So if you just Google that, it will tell you all the specs. Push seems to be coming in towards the B side. It's actually only one man here. Mal's is alone. Rotation will come in from Taz, looking to support him. It's only 25 seconds left, and this late smoke is just a pain. It's going to be really frustrating. Even throwing in a pot flash, that's so well timed, and that's the bomb dropped as well. All the information. Mouse has just gone ham. He's turned this T side into a sandwich, a ham sandwich. That makes no sense. But anyway, oh, is he going to get one after time? Is he going to get Benji after time? Oh, it just goes from bad to worse. $100, Benji. That's all you got. The rest of the team, it's sort of one of those situations where they kind of might as well buy now, as he can't buy in the next round anyway. Although if they do get a bomb plant, then it's not too much of a problem. Where are you from? I am from the UK. That is peak. That is peak. 6-1. Strong CT start for Kinguin. Money looking pretty good too. Only really Reetz a little bit lower than everyone else, and I'm sure they'll share the wealth if the time comes. T-side not going to be fully invested. I suppose into the next round they can buy full AKs anyway. Barber can probably buy an AK in this round and he'll still be alright. I quite like seeing that, a singular AK and then like juggling it around. Elevator time. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the one thing about Mass Effect is there's always so much loading in that game. Write it in the stream tile. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner. Just put that in there somewhere. Just have that, just a link to the YouTube. Hashtag chat only meme, please. Oh. Spray through. The door has been peppered with bullets. I love that phrase, peppered. Reitz is going to be in a very aggressive position. Once again, it's only pistols for the T side. Although they actually did better with the pistols. What do you think about Brexit? It just probably wasn't a good idea, was it? Rusty is going to kick things off, finds the opener. Incendiary to try and deny it. That is sexy. Nice couple of jumps, and that will net him a kill. You deserve that, Rusty. That was a nice frag, and it's going to happen, innit? It's going to happen. Ooh! Oh! Oh, this is... Oh, one. He panicked. There was too much to aim at. You can't blame Rarlan too much there. And it will be left onto Mouse. Now, this is Counter-Strike, ladies and gentlemen. Pistols are just too strong at the moment. Will be 6-2. Singularity break back. Thing is, I believe this happened in the previous map, and then they got wrecked in the next round anyway. So, you know, it's still going to be a good chance for them to turn things around. They got plenty of money. They could even save themselves an extra bit of cash. Mao's just seeing if he can do some extra damage. I wonder if he's actually going to die. Yeah. I think if he'd gone into the back corner, he would have been fine. But because he ran underneath the bomb, he actually gets killed. Oh well. 6-2. As I said, they've still got enough cash that they can buy into this anyway. AWP for Maniz. Everybody else with rifles. And even going into the next round, if they lose again, they'll still have a decent chance to purchase. One good thing for Singularity, they keep a lot of players alive, and they also manage to steal a lot of weaponry. So going into this round, they're also in a pretty good state. What is the meaning of life? From what I'm told, it's 42. Here we go, though. A chance for Singularity to get back into this game. Maniz, that is very aggressive, and he's punished because of it. Going to go down very early in this round. Definitely not the start the Kinguin were looking for. And Singularity, if they can get a few more rounds, they still definitely have a chance to pull this back on the CT side. It's nowhere near out of their control just yet. More of a Q&A than a CSGO game. Yeah, I can see that. Just a little bit more fun. Obviously, a fair bit on the line. It is the qualifier for the StarSeries LAN event. $300,000 on the line once you get there. And once you get through this first qualifying stage, you then get into the playoffs. How to pick up Bay when you're ginger. Get rich. That sounded really hard. I could give you an art. Be yourself. Be confident. There you go. That's a much nicer way of saying it, isn't it? Rather than get rich. But that does help too. Money and fame. There you go. What changes would you make? Well, for stars on overpass, I get rid of the train. What animal do you like better, cow or goat? Well, I do like a good beef burger, so I'm going to go with cow. Or does that mean I like cows less? Either way, Taz is now going to go down the CT side, have a two-man advantage. And although the clock was ticking low... Oh, okay. Can he deny the plant? Oh, that would have been spicy. If he'd got the bomb, that would have been enough to actually win them around. Instead, Reitz, a little bit late. Bomb is going to be planted. It's going to be 6-3. I don't think there's much they can do about this one. Mouse tries to take down Rusty and fails. Reitz does a little bit of extra damage. But ultimately, there shouldn't be any hope for him here. Also, a man behind him will shut him down in the end. And Singularity will get their third. CT side, I'd imagine, will probably force this one. Maybe Maniz actually can get an AWP. It'll just be Reitz playing an UMP or something of the sort. Do you play other games? Recently, I haven't played many games. Has left VP to be on Kinguin. Well, he didn't leave. He was somewhat traded. He went over to Kinguin and me, who went to Virtus Pro. So, yeah. Double AWP setup, Mouse and Maniz. Reitz has a UMP as said, and Rallen will get a rifle with some extra utility. So not the worst in the world. Still, the limitations to utility will probably be quite difficult for actually slowing down a lot of these pushes, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some aggression, although the aggression of the last few rounds has actually been punished. Singularity have been playing a bit slower, they've been patient, you can see them still sort of waiting for any pushes into long. Benji was also spotting into middle, and they do have to be careful because Maniz is around this corner, already getting tagged through the wall, and again looking to fall back, but this time he is punished. Benji will catch him, second round in a row. Already, they're losing players left, right, and center. However, going to be a couple of trades back. Taz finds one, but Rusty still in play, and it leaves Rallen on the site. Taz has actually picked up an AWP. That's not something I thought I'd be saying in this round. Rallen in the corner. Close to finding a kill, but close doesn't win anything, and now Taz, I think, has no choice but to save the AWP. After a 6-round streak, we're going to see 3 in a row for Singularity, and a 4th round on the board. I don't think there's any chance for Taz to win this one. How many hours have you played? I don't know. How many hours do I have? Just over 4,000. Or maybe like 4,100? I could check, but... Singularity, though, definitely back in this one. It was looking bleak at the beginning. You think it's going to be 1-6 to 16-6? I'd be impressed. We'll save the AWP. I'll be interested to see if he plays this himself or if he's going to hand it over to somebody else. 2,900 into this round. He is going to hand it to Maniz. May pick up, yeah, a pistol for himself. And Maniz actually going to go for Kevlar, so... likelihood of him having an AWP is slim unless Reitz is going to hand it over to him. 2,900. No, yeah, I don't think he's going to have enough. It'd have to be glass cannon. But let's see if he can do any damage. I just realized I can't hear any footsteps. Oh, that's really eerie. I think that's the server more than anything else, but... CZs versus one AWP versus a MAC-10, 3 rifles, and the AWP. Dust 2's always been pretty balanced. Mainly because nothing has changed. Even the update didn't really do anything. We've made it look pretty! That's all that Valve really did. 4 players going to be stacked over towards that B site. And he's actually holding over towards Monster. Maybe expecting the push to come in from that direction. Singularity, I think these slower rounds, these methodical rounds, have definitely worked out much better for them. Although in this sort of round, that could actually bite them, especially if the time begins to get low. CT side not going to be so aggressive. Reitz, well, he's the spotter, so much more of a chance for him to sort of go and actually have a look. Are you getting paid for this cast? I'm on a salary, so yes. I am paid monthly, so yeah, I'm paid for doing this. In a sense. Now we're going to see push coming through long. Now, this is pretty much the worst case scenario, and now that Reitz has gone down, the likelihood of them winning the round is slim to none. Maniz may even want to just keep this AWP into the next one and maybe rotate the rest of the players, but the fact is, Singularity should have this round in the bag, unless Taz can do something unreal. Like, this would have to be the most ridiculous play of all time. He does get a first, but that is going to be it. And now, with the other players on the wrong side of the map, you sort of have to expect that this is going to be a 6-5 scoreline. From 6-1, Singularity turning the tide back. And on their map choice 2, an important one of that. Remember, this is a decider match. One team will be going through to the next stage. The other is going to be eliminated. We also have a second one coming up tomorrow, which will be between Wendigo and X-Tartus. Is this your main job? Yes. This is my only job. Have you heard that Taz has AWP scope on X? Well, to be honest, I don't see like Taz AWPing too often. So I suppose that's not much of a problem for him. Like, he could probably bind right click to something more important from him. either way, we are going to see that AWP kept alongside a couple of pistols as well. The Kevlar will be utilized into the next, and actually the buy that comes out from Team Kinguin is a pretty good one. However, the T's now stringing that many rounds in a row, 4 back-to-back. Going to make things quite good in terms of their economy. How much do you get paid? Wouldn't you like to know? How did you get into casting tournaments? Started in Lithuania, but here we go. Fast play. Mouse does a lot of damage. A lot of this will come down to Taz, who's already burning alive and tries to do more, but can't. Leaves it into a 3v3, but the CTs are quite far away in the rotation. Manise will be in with the AWP. They've got a decent amount of utility, but none of it incendiaries. Flashbangs going to be thrown in. Plopsky up close, finds 2 quick kills, and leaves Manise just to scurry back. It is going to be 5 rounds back-to-back for Singularity. No real damage done to their economy either, and they are starting to look strong over on this T side. A 6th round for them. And Team Kinguin have definitely fallen flat over the last few rounds. The loss bonus is going to start to build up behind them, and they can definitely go for some pistols into this one. Will you adopt me? Nah. What's in it for me? CTs actually are going to force this one. I suppose they had the extra money onto Manise, but definitely isn't going to be the best buy in the world. Mouse. Triple kill, though. Where did that come from? Just straight spray down and does so much damage. Drops the bomb as well. The fast play from Singularity has been utterly shut down. This could be left on to just 2. Rusty manages to pick one back. We're going to have both players just lurking. The problem is they don't have control of the bomb. It's still possible for them, and actually Taz is going to go down through the smoke. Somehow this has turned back into a 2 versus 2. Barber with a double for himself. And now, 40 seconds left. This is just looking problematic. This has gone from a 5v2 into a 2 versus 2. Are they really going to fall right down? It comes into the 1 versus 1. Rusty versus Reeks, the R&R. I'm not talking about Red Reserve or Random Rambo. Can they really turn this back? This would be an atrocious round for Kinguin to lose. Rusty pushing back in, spots his opponent, but Reeks will just about take it. Still way too close for comfort, and the AWP is actually going to be saved anyway, but look how much money the T's have. They can reset them here. The crosshair has not changed. It is identical. Exactly the same. Here we go, though. Seven to 6. Oh, why is he... Do you know what? You're so funny. I'm sure your parents are proud of you with your hilarious jokes. Either way, 7 to 6. CT side. Trying to continue after only managing 1 of the last 6. Taz will find 1 on the boost. Oh, wait, how did you answer me? I thought that, I thought I was muted. Nice try, buddy. Nice try. We are going to have 5 versus 4. He's going to be pushing in, looking to try and get through Monster. For some reason, Auto Director has changed us over to a position on long where there's absolutely nobody there. But, you know, that's how it works. Mouse is going to take a tag and actually going to go aggressively into the site. He still manages to find one and actually falls back as well. Impressive. But can his teammate do anything more on the site? Taz is lurking. He's just waiting for his teammates to rotate in. Doesn't need to take the battle, and they still don't expect him to be there. 4 versus 2. Make that 3. And actually, well, I was going to say make it 2 itself. Eventually, Benji finds 1, but now he's all that remains of this T side. Taz with a triple kill. He has been spotted as well. Actually, Benji finds 1, but it won't matter. Taz with the quad kill in the end. Spots the AWP. And only 5 HP remaining, but it's enough. Kinguin will take themselves the half as a minimum. But it is still a mass amount of money that is going to be going back. How can we support you? Follow me on Twitter, I guess. Nothing else is really necessary. You can follow me on Twitter, !caster. Always appreciated, but other than that, just enjoy the cast. Someone else is paying the bills, so you don't have to worry about that. Here we go, though. T-side still with the better buy, but a double AWP setup, and we've got Taz AWPing. Papa CS is AWPing. We've actually got a little bit of a bait and switch. There's 2 players in this aggressive corner. There is no way the T's will expect this. However, they may not want to push further into Manise. Oh, Plopsky, you're in a bit of trouble, my friend. As said, there's no way they'd expect that. And this is just a slaughter. It's left on to Barber, and he's going to go down. It is going to be 9-6. Eventually, they do manage to rectify after a 5-round streak. That gives Singularity some hope back into this game. Are you on the... Tombiz are one of the bestest prankers of England. Oh my god, reading this just hurts. Has his top fragging. Yeah, you are correct. Leading the way, 14-8. Did you fall asleep? You were muted. You do realize I have like a sound program that actually, like, shows my mic. Like, I can tell when it's on. Sound program is a liar. But yeah, I know when it's on. Opinion on adopting a 24-year-old. You're older than me. Fake sound program. It's amazing how you've managed to respond to what I said without being able to hit. You guys are mind readers. I'm impressed. Here we go, though. Look at this aggression from the CT side on the pistol round. However, they're met by Mouse. Is there going to be a trade back? Yes, there is. T-side come out with an advantage, leaving it on to Barber, who does manage 1. Has support as well from Rusty, who's going to get overwhelmed. And this is a pretty important pistol for the CT side. Barber nets another. He's actually been dropped the CZ. He was given it as a sort of catalyst CT player. That's quite a lot of pressure on his side. Can he do anything more? The T's, they're baiting. They've fallen back. They've been like, yes, we're going towards A. Fall for our evil plan, and they're not. Hugo's going to go pushing through long, and now the T's will look to push back in. Barber is still here with that CZ. The catalyst man, the raid boss. He peeks out, he will spot out Taz. That's all the information he needs. 35 seconds left on the clock as the T's will look to push. Rotation now beginning to come in from Hugo, who has himself the smoke. Question is, they should have a rough idea as to where they are. Ooh. Oh, you've just been absolutely bamboozled. This is brilliant. Kinguin are going to go all the way back towards the A side. It does seem like Hugo has the right idea in this scenario. And it is a question of where they actually opt to plant. Because they're going to go for the open plant. This could work into Hugo's favor as he's actually going over towards long. Looking to try and back around, but they're just going to fall into more passive positions. This is absolutely brilliant from Kinguin. They've got themselves an open bomb plant. The only thing I will say is Hugo has a smoke and Barber has a kit. And that's going to make things so much more difficult. He's just going to tap the bomb, try and bait them into that position. Reitz knows that he has to take this fight. And Taz, well, he'll be peeking in, spots the remaining player, but it won't matter. Barber will get himself the defuse, and it is going to be Singularity to take themselves the pistol and the 7th round. Tombies are badder than you because my English are on the better pranksters in Polando. There you go. I read exactly what you said, and I read it flawlessly. Get wrecked. It did pain me to read it. Genuinely hurt my soul, but... you know what? At least I can read. There we go. Ooh. Got some loss, unfortunately, in the server. So we are just going to be waiting patiently. Tacos or pizza? Pizza. Have you been attending Pasha Biceps London School? No, unfortunately, I can't afford it. It's very expensive. I wish I could. Are you the observer as well? I am the producer, observer, maestro, caster. Ignore the third one. Genius, model. What else? I already said genius. Businessman. Entrepreneur. Half of those things are not true. But I am the observer and the producer and the caster. Well, I feel like the caster one was fairly obvious. I were attended Pasha Biceps School Ed because my English very good. Yes, you are correct. Where is Poland in the EU? Yes. Why is the UK not in the EU? Well, because we decided to leave. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. You is stupid. Is that aimed at me or just aimed at someone who's actually called British accent? Because I do have a British accent, so I wonder if that was just aimed at me instead. Next to Germanistan. Here we go, though. T-side. They get the bomb plant, and they're actually going to invest into this round. They're going to go with the CZs. They're going to try and break back. Now, you have to remember, round number 2 was won by Kinguin. So they've already done it once with the pistols. I do think this buy is a little bit audacious, but if you look what's been invested by Singularity, it's not the best. I could actually see Kinguin winning this round, so who knows? Who are you? Me? No one. You love trains. Nice. What does the UK even win on leaving? Nothing much. There's something to do with, like, fishing. I think we're allowed to fish more. We're allowed to make our own rules, but not really, because you can't. Turtles over trains. I don't know. I can't really ride a turtle to where I want to go. Here we go. Buy back in. T's have invested. Got themselves their pistols. They got themselves a lot of utility. And they're going to try and break back early. Lots of SMGs for the CT side. And they do have Benji jump spotting. Now, the thing is with this jump spot is it's very easy for you to miss the timing, especially if he starts jump spotting into middle as well. Now, he does have a teammate in the connector, but if he goes and starts jumping into mid, he could completely miss the point where they actually go for the push. And at the moment, well, let's see. Is he going to hit that timing? Support has rotated in already from Rusty, and he is going to spot the smoke, so that will probably give everything away. Question is, are we going to see any extra rotations? Barber has the chance to find the perfect flank. Already pushing into middle. Rallen is going to be running towards him, and he wins that opening battle. That's an important one at that, as now the T's are going to be a little bit worried. They have to send another player back in terms of this flank, and they are just shutting things down. This force buy has failed. Miniz is the only one remaining, and he doesn't have much time to play with. He's picked up a Famis, but he's going to stick with the CZ. That's a nice shot. At least gets himself one. However, he doesn't expect Rusty, and, well, eventually Rusty will hit the shot. 8 to 9. Force buy failed. Now it has to be an eco round from Kinguin. They did a little bit of damage, I suppose. But, yeah, 9 to 8. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not sure I agree with the decision to leave, but at the same time it's happened, and can't do anything about it now. If there's genuinely a spot where, like, it screws me traveling, that's where it will be a problem. But I feel like a lot of countries are not going to do that, where they're just like, no, you now need a visa to get, like, it would just be silly. Because then everybody would need a visa to go back into London, it would just be silly. You need a father figure, please adopt me. I do not think I am a good father figure. I'm an idiot. So, I would suggest someone like Taz. There you go. Taz, perfect. Or Pasha. Pistol's looking to try and overwhelm a player or two, but Barber, he's padding his stats a little bit. Going to move himself further up the board. 15 and 12 now. And it is going to be 9-9. Equalization. Singularity being on that CT side are looking to drive themselves forward. Kinguin will purchase up the AKs this time. But on the other side, there's no bonus round. Singularity, they're not really risking anything here. Okay, Barber will have a UMP after dropping an AWP. They are going to have him actually going into the connect. It's so weird not hearing footsteps. It's actually kind of creeping me out. Smoke going to be used in an attempt to deny the Molotov, but so much damage already done to Mouse. He'll be rounding the corner. Taz is actually going to be the one to meet his doom, and will they expect Hugo? Yes, they will. Smart from Rallen. I was not expecting him to take that. 9 to 9. Obviously, scoreline equalized and a 4v4, but already the T's taking the majority of the damage, and a lot of utility already expended. Risky jump from Barber, but he will at least spot a little bit of information. We're going to have the push in on towards this B site. 55 seconds left. Rusty going to be lurking, and there's actually a second player over towards the barrels. They may not expect this. Flashbang in. He already lines up a couple, but only manages to kill off one. A second for Rusty as well, as his bullets begin to get low. They need the trades back, and that's exactly what they find. Too quick for the T side. Rallen goes hunting, but Plopsky just about wins the duel. Meniz is not going to be able to trade it. Actually, they're all just going to hold the angle. Benji takes the kill and takes the lead for Singularity, who continue to streak their rounds together. And it is going to be 10 to 9 now. T-side can't really afford to buy into this round, so they will just have to invest into a few pistols. But it looks like Singularity are now starting their resurgence. Why are there no footsteps? I think it's something to do with the server. I'm not entirely sure, but this happens sometimes. It's not on my end. It just makes things very creepy. 9 out of 10 of this, that is idiots. Thank God I'm in that 1%. Surely you'd be in the 10% if it's 9 out of 10. Not to ruin your maths, but 9 out of 10, 1 out of 10 would be 10%. Never mind. Pistols. Do you have any delay on the stream? There's 2-minute delay in GoTV anyway, so yes. Got a good collection of Polish beers. Sound good to me. It's bait which is older than half of the chat. Nice. CT side just going to be cleaning things up. A flawless round for them. Money built an 11-9 in favor of Singularity. I love Rocket Bunny. Thank you. You just took the oldest Twitch bait. Nice. I'll be honest, most of the time I think I only ever read Twitch chat when I'm casting. What's your favorite country you went to? Probably Italy. Mainly because I really like pizza, and the pizza there was really good. Also, the weather was nice. So, yeah. Thank you, Nico. You're pretty cool yourself. Taz, that is one hell of an aggressive push. They may not expect him to be this far forward. Never mind. Plopsky pops his head off. Now the push comes in from the remainder. Hugo gets caught, but actually still hits a dink. He does damage, and Plopsky going to look to just lurk around the back of this smoke. Catches one more. He's been a menace on this site, and they just can't seem to deal with him. Eventually, Miniz will do just that with the AWP, but... Oh, is that... Oh, I thought it was going to dunk onto Mouse. Not quite. Ready. Going to be a 2 versus 3. Unlikely the T's are going to be able to turn this around. They're just playing patiently, waiting for any sort of aggression. Miniz. And for the peak. We'll spot out Benji at least. Finds himself one. Turns it into a 2 versus 2. The problem is, Mouse is so low on HP, and he's not peeking into the right angle. Rusty is already going to shut down one, and now leaves it all onto Miniz in a 1 versus 2. There shouldn't be any hope for him in this scenario. Does hit the shot at least. Manages the first. Barber is going to be rounding that corner, but just going to be waiting for the bomb to go down, and actually has an incendiary in hand, and has left Miniz with very low HP. Goes to that upper spot. Could even just wallbang him here, but can Miniz win it? No, he can't. Can't quite react quick enough, and it will be another round on the board for Singularity. Bomb plant at least goes down, which will mean they have some extra cash. But either way, 12-9, Singularity continue the lead. Darthorn, I'm good. I'm good. Quite tired. It is now 11:30 in Ukraine. When did Taz join Kinguin? The same time that Mihu joined Virtus Pro. T-side. I imagine is going to take a tactical pause. Taz has the chance to talk things over a little bit. Why am I in Ukraine? Because that is where my girlfriend lives. It's also where Starladder is based, but I am actually casting from her apartment anyway, so. Here we go. T-side has said they've got enough money now to buy back into this, but it has been a streak of 6 rounds for Singularity. What's your age? 23. CT side actually have themselves 3 players in the connector. This should be a nasty surprise for Reitz when he goes pushing. Rusty is going to be round the corner, and he won't even need the support of the other 2 players. Early pick goes the way of Singularity. No. Winner of this, it goes through to the second stage of playoffs. AGO has already got into the playoffs. Windigo or Extartus will also join one of these 2 teams. So, yeah, it is going to be the next stage where 4 more teams will be added in as well. Barber. His aggression is actually caught this time. He actually found the bomb for a second, but Now the re-aggression of Rusty. 45 seconds on the clock. If he can drop the bomb here, it could be real problems. It's going to be lurking back around, but just about misses the timing. The T's, in the meantime, are going to walk into Rusty, and that is Mao's down. The remainder of the players trying to make their way back towards this A site, but now the CT side should have all the info. They've already pushed through long. They know that the door's not open. They left a man in the connector, so the only place they can be is over towards this A site. And they have the perfect flank already in play. Maniz still manages one, but there is that flank already beginning. There's 8 seconds left on the clock. They've got to go for the plant, and Plopsky will end it. 2 kills for him. The streak of 7 rounds continues as Singularity go further into the lead. And Kinguin, they look like they may have met their match on this map at least. We are still, of course, have the potential for the third, which will be Mirage. But once again, it's just going to have to be pistols for Team Kinguin, who are yet to show up on this T side. Here we go, though. Quick push. Well, looking to come in over towards the B site. Unfortunately, there's a hell of a lot of utility holding them back. Benji in an aggressive position as well. Will be looking to try and find that opener. That nade is absolutely disgusting. Already kicking things off. The AWP manages to net another, and this round is already looking done. Benji feeling confident. Attempts to find it, and it will be Hugo to spray them all down. 14-9, another flawless round. Which there have been a few of on this CT side. Who picked this map? This is the pick of Singularity. So, Train was won by Kinguin in dominant fashion. Singularity showing their stuff over on this CT side. And unless Kinguin can quickly turn things around, it's looking like we're heading to Mirage. Oh yeah, at Copenhagen Games, seeing Taz in a Kinguin shirt was so weird. I didn't think it would be as weird as it was, but it really was. I just was sort of looking at him like, that's not right. Take that off. Bralin will net the opener, but the CT side is feeling so confident at the moment. Again, it's going to be trades across the board, but the CT side coming out on top. Why do people switch to their knives? Well, I don't really know. I think it's just like something that people do. I do it as well, like where I'll just flick between the two. I genuinely have no idea why. A chance at least for Bralin to get himself a 1v1 onto the site. Plopsky is going to be the only one there. Look at these positions currently held by the remaining CTs. If they catch Reets, this round is over. Yeah, knife is faster, like, if you're actually running, but if you're just, like, switching between the two, there's actually no real gain. I assume that's what he meant, not just, like, switching to the knife as a general thing. We are now going to have them actually managing to get all the way onto this site, and it does seem like a slight misread, although Rusty is in a great position for a flank. It just depends on whether or not the T's actually opt to plant this bomb safe. Bomb has been planted. Is going to be the case here, so they do have a decent chance. Plopsky looking to rotate in, but is sectioned off by a Molotov. We are just going to have Rusty pushing back in already. Another man is dropped left onto just Reets to try and clutch this out. He's been spotted as well. Manages to find the first. Does have the bomb planted well, but Barber continues what has been a strong second half for him. Another round on the board. Not a single one won by Kinguin. And it is now going to be 15-9. One more attempt to try and turn things back. And it is not looking likely at this point. AWP will at least be in for Maniz. Double AWP setup picked up once again from the CT side. We're going to see the T's at least setting up fairly early over towards this B site. The aggression not yet there. Benji once again is going to be looking for this opener. And look at Barber. Just has no fear. pushing all the way down. This nets so much information for his team that they can already start to rotate players back, knowing that the likelihood is there's not going to be anybody over towards this A site. He's already going to be gathering up towards B, and there'll be 3 players at least here waiting. I am quite surprised that Rusty hasn't actually rotated yet. Barber's now going to look to flank in from behind. Hugo on the site, but it's Reeds to open. Hugo gets 1, but doesn't manage a second. They've still got to watch out for Plopsky, but never mind. They've taken every single entry on the site, and Meniz will net 1 more. Barber, all that remains of this CT side. They do have plenty of money to buy into the next round with anyway. He is actually going to... What? How did he miss? I guess he just flicked a little bit too far, but that looked dead on to me. Kinguin on boot camp. Okay. But there we go. Kinguin, they finally get their first round. It takes their opponents to hit 15 and win 9 in a row before there's any sort of return. The question is, can they now do what seemed impossible just moments ago and actually bring it to overtime? It would be impressive. And they have at least got themselves a first. Sometimes that's all it takes just to kick it off, but hey, who knows? Who knows at this point? It does seem like this Team Kinguin is a pretty momentum-based team. We're going to see some weapons juggled around. Benji actually handed this AWP. Actually, Plopsky's going to take a bit of a tag early on. He accidentally put plastic bullets. I feel like that would still hurt, though. Maybe take off like 1 HP. I think that'd be funny if you just like... Just for banter, if you could just buy a cork gun or something. Or just like... It's just called like a decoy gun. It costs like 100 and it just sounds like an AWP. That would be fun. Barber is going to completely burn Mouse out of position. He's cooked in the corner. It would be a very different ending to the film Ratatouille if that is how it had ended. With the Mouse burning. I imagine... Was he a rat? I actually don't know. Barber going to be actually surrounded. He may not realize that Rollins already pushed, but Benji will. Already finds that opening pick and leaves it down to just 2, or 3 players, sorry. Double AWPs, in fact. 3 players looking to just gather up behind him. If they shoot this wall, they may find themselves a freebie kill, but the chances seem likely. Barber just lurking in the corner. Peek out already manages 1, does damage onto the second. Taz with the AWP will pick off, but they've got no time, and they line up. What a way to end the second map. It will be Singularity taking it, and we are heading off to Mirage. Either way, join me after the break. Exclamation mark caster if you've enjoyed it, all that good stuff, and we'll be back in just a moment to conclude this decider match.